I'm Sally White, one of the directors of SYLO Beyond HR, and today I'm looking at learning and development, something that we offer in addition to our HR services. Now more than ever, you need to focus on your people, and as your strategic partner, this is where we can maximise your opportunity. Learning and development is a key part of this, which is why I have Andre, our lead trainer, with me. Andre, thanks for joining me, and I'd like to talk today about our training services and what we offer. So over to you, please.
Great, okay, well, look, the way that we work our training is we divide it into 4 key areas. So the first area, the primary area, is the generic skills. Generic skills cover things like time management, like communication skills, things that we all need to do. In fairness, we don't just need to do them for our jobs, we need to do them in life. But perhaps you overlook what we need to do within them. So there's the generic skills there, and then built on top of that, we get the job-specific skills. So that is specific not just to the job itself. You might be working in, I don't know, sales or in customer service, or you might be waiting on people, anything. What we do is we look at what that job is, but also look at what the job is for you in the business. Because someone working in customer services in one business could be doing something very different to someone doing the same thing in another business. So we're going to make sure that we are offering you the very best that we can offer. That's your job-specific skills, and then if we go above that, we've got then the leadership and management skills. Because actually, for a lot of us, we are thrown into management. We are become good at a job, and someone then says one day, great, you can become a manager, off you go. There's the keys. And so it's making sure that we understand how to use that, how to actually get the best out of other people, because now we're not just responsible for us, we're responsible for a group of people, and we've got to turn those people from a group to actually a team working coordinated together. Which is also why then our 4th level is actually the team development. And in team development, what we're doing is we're looking at how we pull a whole team together. Now, for that, we need to do all sorts of things. It depends on what the needs are of the business. So it goes from anything from herding ducks through to doing programs where actually we're working with the teams to solve problems together. And in doing so, we're taking all the knowledge and the skills that are learned in the individual programs and putting those together so they all have the same understanding, the same feel for these things. To help that also, we can do psychometric assessments. Now, psychometric assessments, what they allow us to do is to understand how the team are working individually, how they're working as a team, and therefore look at where the team is strong and where it can do with help, and make sure we maximise that performance of that team.
That's fantastic. So how does our training differ from other training organisations?
It's a really good question. It's one that we constantly get asked. Well, I mean, for us, we focus on 2 key things. Firstly, we know that for every program someone attends, there must be an outcome for them, which means they can apply something directly when they get back to the business. And that might be the same day or the next day, it doesn't matter. There's going to be something they can do from that incident. If everybody in that training session goes away with that feeling, then we know that we've had some success. The second thing, though, is actually in terms of how we develop. Because what we have is we've got a number of programs, we've got a number of modules that exist. But when we then apply them to a business, what we do is we start by looking at the business itself. We ask, what's the business trying to do? What are the key values? What things are they looking for? And we adapt, we mould, including to the language of what they use, to make sure that we're aligned, that people can see the training program as part of the business and not just as a separate entity.
I mean, that strategic partner, that's great. And does it work?
Does it work? It's a really good question. Again, and we have a number of examples where it's worked, and we're seeing great responses and great feedback, which we'd love to share from our clients. And to give you some examples of the different types of businesses we work with, we have Jonas Software, for example. Now, Jonas Software, they don't just deal nationally, they deal globally. And so we are working with their teams, not just nationally, not even just across Europe, we're dealing with them through the globe. So when we're training people, we can have people on the course from Sweden, from South America, from all sorts of places and venues, and it makes it very interesting, but also it pulls them together. Now, when we're doing some of the generic programs, that makes life easier. It means that the training is much more cost effective for them as well. That's Jonas working back to Monkey Puzzle day nurseries. Totally different type of business, day nurseries versus software. And for them, we've been working on their leadership program. We've taken programs which are similar at times to the Jonas ones, but again, very different because of the different types of people you get in these businesses. And we are seeing great response. We're seeing demand for more, which is fantastic. And last but not least, we can look at companies like Bryant's of Risborough, who are small family businesses, one base of operation, but we're working with them not just through training, through coaching as well, to get them to the place where they feel they're maximising their performance. And in all areas, what we ask is that the managers, the owners of the business, don't ask us how good the training is, ask their teams how good the training is.
Absolutely.
The responses we're getting are great, but you take a look for yourselves.
That's just brilliant. That's really brought it to life. Thanks so much for that, Andre. So if you'd like to find out more about what we can do and how we can help, just get in touch.